Hey everyone, it's Lena from the EPA Clubhouse here. It looks like you signed up and registered for summer programming with the EPA high school program. So I'm here to tell you a little bit about high school program. I know virtual is really different and a little bit confusing. It's not what we normally do. So we want to make sure that everyone's really clear on what to do next and what it means to participate in our summer program. The first thing you have to know about is our core tracks. We run core tracks twice a day, so there are sort of two periods. You can think of it like school where there are two periods. There's the first period that's from 1:30 to 3, and then there's the second core track period that's from 4:30 to 6. And you can do one or you can do both. It's entirely up to you. And core tracks are like enrichment or electives. So we have 7 going on this summer. 6 of them are taking place live, which means you log into a Google Meets classroom and you do the class live with the instructor and with any of your friends and other people who have registered for the class. Those 6 classes are sports podcast class with Coach Country and Marquise, where you'll be learning about what it means to host a sports podcast, and you'll even be interviewing some special celebrity sports guests. The second one is called Unplugged. It's with Lily, who's been here for a long time, and she's really awesome. And that's where you'll make music, make art, and really just learn to take care of yourself. It's a self-care class about centering yourself. The third is Production with Future from Epicenter Arts and from the EPA Clubhouse. He works at both. He's an incredible artist. He's does incredible work in video production and music production, and he's blending both together this summer with a social justice twist. And he's really excited to show all of you how you can use mobile apps within the realms of video and music production to create some really expressive art. You already know we have Keontae coming back for hip hop dance. So if you've been into hip hop dance here in the past or at Epicenter Arts, Keontae is running that still this summer for our high school students, just like he always has. We have Digital Canvas with Vashon, where you'll be making really cool digital art on various mobile apps and maybe even Photoshop. You'll be learning how to use those apps to manipulate images and make your own really unique art that you can even sell. We'll have academic support with Mitch, our all-star tutor. If you have homework for Compass, if you have homework for summer school, or if you're trying to get ahead, this is the place for you to be so that you can use him as a resource and a tutor and make sure that you really understand the work that you're trying to do. And finally, we're going to keep sending take-home culinary boxes. So we've been sending home these kits that have all the ingredients and supplies you need to make delicious food for you and your family. We've been sending those home to people. And then Chef Liz, the chef here who's been doing all of these incredible meals for the local community, has been putting together videos that you can watch about how to safely make that food at home for you and your family. So that's really exciting. Those are your elective and enrichment options. Again, those take place at 1:30 and at 4:30, and those take place on Google Meets with the exception of culinary. And if you have specific questions about culinary, you can ask any staff member how you sign up for that. It can't be live because it doesn't make sense for it to be live. Everyone doesn't have access to a kitchen at the same time. So you can sign up for one of the kits, take it home, but you don't need to necessarily log into class at a specific time to be able to participate in that. Everything else though, you should be ready for class at 1:30 or 4:30, whichever block you're going to register for, and you should be ready to learn and engage and have a really fun time on Google Meets. The way you make sure you get those Google Meets links, is that we're going to post them on our Instagram. We're also going to email them to you. We can text them to you. We can get them to you any way that makes sense for you. So make sure that you're paying attention to our messages. We have your cell phone numbers if you have a cell phone. We have your email addresses if you have an email. And if for whatever reason we missed you, make sure you reach out to us. We'll leave all of the contact information below this video. The other main elements of the summer program take place before those core tracks, which again are like your electives or your enrichment, and in between them. So before that, for you rising freshmen who are going to MA, we have Compass support. I know some of you are going into Compass, which is an 8th to 9th grade transition program at MA and the other big comprehensive high schools. If you're doing that, we're going to be there to be able to support you. I also know EPAA students have summer bridge packets that they're taking home. So starting at 11:30, we'll have 2 staff every day that'll be sitting on Google Meets ready and available to support you in your work. If you need help with any of your Compass or summer bridge work, we're there for you. And then between those 2 core track blocks, between block A and block B, every day we're going to have what we call squad check-ins. Now, if you've been a part of BGCP programming before, either at the high school or middle school level, you know that squads are a way for all of us to really connect one-on-one and build those strong relationships between staff and students. If you are coming from a middle school program, then squads are the same as what we like to call those wellness check-ins. So as you had a staff member calling to check in on you, we do the same thing at the high school level. We just call it squad check-ins. And we assign everyone a squad leader, and that person is responsible for checking in on the students, their personal life, their academics, and that's a person you can talk to and share with, and they're there to help you really succeed in school and beyond. So in that middle block between your classes, if you're taking 2 classes, or after your first class, if you're only taking 1, before your class, if you're only taking 1, you can expect a call once or twice a week from one of our staff who's going to be checking in on you, and they just want to make sure that you're good. On Fridays, we'll bring a whole squad together. So if you're assigned to my squad, we'll all come together on Google Meets, and maybe we'll have a competition against Cicely's squad. We love to do inter-squad competitions. Fridays are when we're going to do prizes, guest speakers, raffles, all of that fun stuff, just some kickbacks. And if we have the ability to start reopening the building in the middle of summer, we're going to really start using Fridays for that as well, so you all can be here in person as much as possible and as much as safe. Things to really remember from this video. You don't have to be in program for 6.5 hours. Just because we're available starting at 11:30, I know you might not be available starting at 11:30, and maybe that's not how you want to engage. That's okay. At the high school level, we're really here to support you and make sure that you have what you need to be successful. So if that means that you want our support and Compass, and that's when you log in, that's great. If that means you want our support in being a part of a digital Canvas class because you really are into art and that's what you want to engage with, that's great. We obviously want you to engage as much as possible and as much as would be beneficial to you, but we also understand that y'all are busy. You're watching your siblings, you have responsibilities, some of you are working. And so we want you to engage in a way that's sincere and genuine for you. And that makes your life better this summer. That's what we're here to do. So you do not need to commit to 6.5 hours a day every day, but we do want to see you as much as possible. So log in to what makes sense for you. Again, to get that link, you're going to want to keep an eye on our Instagram. That's at EPA Teen Center and at EPA Squads. You're going to want to be making sure that you're not ignoring our texts, because we're going to be sending you the links that way, ignoring our emails because we'll be sending you the links that way. And if for whatever reason you don't have a link, please feel free to reach out. That's what we're here for, to give you those links. Finally, I'm really excited to say that Eric Stewart, who is one of the instructors at RMS, Ravenswood Middle School, this last year is going to be with us this summer for a good chunk of his time. So all you 8th graders who are transitioning over and miss some of your old middle school staff and don't know who I am or who the people are who I've been talking about this video, it's super exciting that we'll have Eric here, and you can still kick it with Eric this summer. He'll be in a bunch of the elective classes. He'll be in those one-on-one squad meetings with you so you can get to know the new people, and we're just super fortunate to have him around. That's all the information. Thank you so much for watching. Again, please reach out on any platform that makes sense for you. If you have questions, we want to answer them. We want to make sure that you have a really fun, engaging summer. Thanks, everyone.